As Vladimir Putin's submarine fleet prowls ever closer to British shores, are Britain's own nuclear-powered hunters mysteriously vanishing from the front line at the very moment they are needed most? With tensions rising beneath the waves, has Britain's entire attack submarine force effectively gone missing from the world's oceans at a critical moment when NATO's underwater shield is under test? With not a single Astute-class boat reportedly at sea, is Russia now testing NATO's front door while the alliance's most sophisticated British hunters sit tied up at home, unable to respond in real time? As ex-commanders warn that the UK now looks toothless against Putin, is the Royal Navy facing a brutal verdict on whether it can still project power and deterrence beneath the waves? And as Moscow allegedly probes UK waters more aggressively, are Britain's best underwater weapons sitting idle in port, turning a quiet maintenance problem into a loud strategic alarm? As Vladimir Putin's submarines prowl closer to Britain's maritime approaches, the Royal Navy is grappling with a fresh crisis over the availability of its own nuclear attack boats. The Telegraph reported that all 5 of Britain's operational Astute-class attack submarines are currently in port, leaving none of them available to sail on frontline missions. Naval sources say each of these Astute-class boats is tied up waiting for scheduled maintenance, overdue repairs, or other technical work that is keeping them off the operational roster. A 6th Astute-class submarine has formally joined the fleet but remains in trials and testing, meaning it is not yet ready to deploy on live missions or long patrols. Taken together, this leaves Britain with no nuclear-powered attack submarine currently at sea, an unprecedented gap in capability at a moment of heightened Russian activity. The alarm has been amplified by reports that Russian naval activity near British waters rose by around a third last year, putting extra pressure on Britain's already stretched fleet. Former British commanders now warn that this submarine crisis risks eroding Britain's military credibility, especially its ability to police the North Atlantic and deter Moscow. Former nuclear submarine captain Ryan Ramsey has branded the situation a serious wake-up call, urging policymakers to confront how thin Britain's underwater forces have become. Ramsey warns that we look toothless and claims Russia now knows the UK cannot reliably put attack submarines to sea, weakening the deterrent effect these boats are meant to provide. Analysts caution that Britain will steadily lose credibility with both allies and adversaries if it cannot sustain a constant underwater deterrent posture in the North Atlantic. The UK's Astute-class boats are designed to hunt and track Russian submarines operating near British waters, silently following them and feeding intelligence back to commanders. These attack submarines also protect Britain's Vanguard-class ballistic missile boats during patrols, shielding the Trident nuclear deterrent from hostile submarines that may try to shadow them. As hunter-killer platforms, Astute-class submarines escort the carrier strike groups built around HMS Queen Elizabeth and HMS Prince of Wales, guarding them from underwater threats on deployment. Together, the £12.2 billion Astute fleet is routinely described as among the most advanced in the world, combining stealth, long-range sensors, and cruise missiles in a single platform. British sources told The Telegraph that Russian submarines have never successfully tracked Astute boats on sonar, underlining how hard these platforms are to find once they slip beneath the surface. Yet none of those technological and tactical advantages count for much if the entire Astute-class fleet is tied up alongside, unable to sail and unable to deter. The carrier HMS Prince of Wales is currently stuck in Norway after technical defect was detected during NATO drills in the region. The fault on HMS Prince of Wales was first noticed during a port call last month, but it was initially considered non-critical by engineers. The ship was meant to join the exercise Dynamic Mongoose, but it was later pulled out for repairs and inspections. Engineers are now working to fix the issue on HMS Prince of Wales, but the repair timeline is still unclear, according to reports. The United Kingdom's Ministry of Defence confirmed the carrier is in Norway and is expected to sail again in the coming days. Officials have downplayed the issue, saying HMS Prince of Wales remains part of the ongoing NATO deployment under NATO operations. In a statement, UK's Defence Ministry said, and I quote, HMS Prince of Wales is currently conducting a port visit to Stavanger as part of the Carrier Strike Group's deployment across the North Atlantic and Arctic. We expect her to set sail in the coming days. We continue to work closely with our allies and partners to improve global security and strengthen defense cooperation, as recently demonstrated on Exercise Dynamic Mongoose. Unquote. The HMS Prince of Wales stands as the Royal Navy's flagship and is one of 2 conventionally powered carriers in service with the United Kingdom. Commissioned in 2019, it represents a modern but rapidly operational capital ship designed for global reach and sustained naval aviation operations. It measures 280 meters in length, which is 932 feet. Its beam spans 73 meters, or 240 feet wide. The ship has a displacement of 65,000 tons, placing it among the largest warships ever built for the Royal Navy. It is powered by two Rolls-Royce MT-30 gas turbine alternators along with four Wärtsilä 38 marine diesel engines. The carrier can reach a top speed of 32 knots, which is about 59 kilometers per hour or 37 miles per hour, while its cruising speed is around 25 knots, or 46 kilometers per hour. The ship has a standard crew of 679 personnel, but it can accommodate up to 1,600 when fully deployed. It has an operational range of 10,000 nautical miles, which is approximately 19,000 kilometers. For defense, it is equipped with 3 Phalanx close-in weapon systems. It also carries 4 30mm DS-30M Mk2 naval guns. Additionally, it is fitted with 6 Browning .50 caliber heavy machine guns, previously including miniguns in earlier configurations. Its air wing is the true centerpiece, capable of operating up to 36 F-35B Lightning II jets, with surge capacity for over 70 aircraft including Merlin, Wildcat, Chinook, and Apache helicopters, making it a highly versatile carrier strike platform. Despite its massive size, the UK carrier force has continued to face long-standing readiness and maintenance challenges. The Royal Navy also struggles with a limited number of escort ships, making it difficult to deploy fully protected carrier strike groups. As a result, UK carriers often rely on NATO allies for protection during major naval operations at sea. This is also not the first time HMS Prince of Wales R09 has experienced a serious breakdown while underway. In 2022, the ship suffered a propeller shaft fault shortly after departing the UK for training exercises in the United States. That incident forced the carrier to return to port and undergo several months of repair work in Scotland. Earlier, in 2020, HMS Prince of Wales faced engine room flooding and electrical system damage issues. The latest breakdown now adds to a growing pattern of technical setbacks for the UK's flagship aircraft carrier.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.